Hey, what's up? Zach here, and today I've got one of the coolest products I have come across just in recent memory. And I heard about this company after they offered to sponsor a 60-second spot in a video, and then after trying the product, I thought this really deserves its own video. So I guess 60 seconds of this video are sponsored by FLATSOCKS, but the rest of it, it's all me. Now, what FLATSOCKS are meant to be is a true insole replacement, but they're about the most premium insole replacement you can possibly buy. FLATSOCKS do exactly what their name implies. They're meant to be a flat sock so that you could literally go barefoot in a shoe and still be okay. Now, the way they get away with it is number one, the material is a really strong moisture wicking fabric. So when you start sweating in a shoe, the material in these takes that, of course, and just wicks it and then evaporates it away. That water will be able to turn into vapor and escape throughout the shoe instead of making your shoe a sopping wet mess. And at the same token, all the way from the thinnest FLATSOCKS all the way up to the ones that have like the super plush shag carpet on them, they all come with an anti-odor treatment kind of impregnated into the body of the insole, so they're not going to stink either, even if you are going with these barefoot. Now, I noticed with me, I didn't use these barefoot, although you can. I actually put my mother into these for her Zumba class, and she does wear these barefoot, although I don't recommend working out bare feet, but if you want to, these are the best that you can get. I wear these with socks in a lot of just my everyday kick around shoes, but what I notice is the comfort factor in these is crazy because these do come in a few different thicknesses. One is about the thickness of an insole. The other is that you can get are about double the thickness of an insole. Now this is a rubberized foam underneath of it. So number one, it's super plush and cushioned underfoot, but number two, it resists wear. Because if you've ever had a regular shoe insole bottom out, you'll know it doesn't take much time for that regular insole just to bottom out into nothing, and your foot is basically touching the strobe board of the shoe. Whereas with these will last, I mean, eons longer than your regular insole, stay cushioned and almost give the shoe a little bit more longevity, whereas some others, once you start feeling that strobe board, it's really hard to get that shoe to keep feeling good because your foot's just gonna start pressing down through that board and kind of abnormally wearing the midsole of that shoe down. I think the best part of these, if you're looking at them for longevity, you can just throw them in the washing machine in cold water. They come out looking good as new, and that foam rubber combination underneath of them doesn't start to flake off, so they're still gonna retain the cushion even after repeated washes if you do start super sweating these, like a lot of athletes would do with super heavy sweating over, a couple hours long match or game. Now, the one downside to FLATSOCKS is you cannot wear them over top of an orthotic unless you are using the really thin ones, and even at that does bulk the shoe up quite a bit. Now, what I've done for a few people recently is I've actually taken off the top cover of their orthotic, be it custom or over the counter, and I've actually glued the FLATSOCK as a top cover onto their custom orthotic, and it has made it even more of a premium type product. So if you do have a podiatrist around you that can do that, or send it off to someone to do it, you can actually overlay this on top of your top cover and make your regular orthotic now moisture wicking, anti-odor, and give it a lot more longevity. So even though you really shouldn't be using them on top of an orthotic, they definitely can be used to replace one as long as you got someone that knows what they're doing and putting them together. And just as a personal anecdote, the thing that kind of took this over the top for me to make a full video on them is I noticed now we're in springtime right now. I'm not really sure when you're going to watch this video, but I noticed in the transition seasons like spring and fall, that's really the time of year where these shine, because right now in spring it's super cold in the mornings, kind of damp, then in the afternoons it gets a lot warmer out. And so with the FLATSOCKS in the mornings, I don't have to wear super bulky socks, I don't have to wear big boots outside to stay warm. These just keep my feet warm as they are. But then in the afternoons, that moisture wicking and that breathing technology kind of kicks in, and these become a really nice warm weather shoe as well. So obviously if you're in super warm weather, you probably want to get the thinner ones. If you're in cold weather, you might want to get the thicker ones. But definitely when you're looking for something to keep your foot warm when it's cold or kind of keep it breathing when it's really hot outside, these are really the best of both worlds, kind of like a merino sock is. And so if you want to grab a pair for yourself, they do have a ton of different styles in these. These are actually my personal ones, but there's quite a bit to choose from. I will leave a link in the description below. And before I close out this video, I really would like to know, are there a lot of you out there that are wearing sneakers barefoot or working out barefoot? I would love to know in the comments down below. I do think also, like I did show previously in the video, I do think these are pretty good for something like a minimalist shoe or a barefoot running style style shoe because it kind of can keep you from getting chafed on the bottom of your foot. But I would love to know if you are actually wearing sneakers barefoot, because I know I've seen a lot of memes on that on Instagram, or if you are working out barefoot. Let me know in the comments down below. And like I said, once again, thank you to FLATSOCKS for sponsoring this video. Respect your rubber and foam. See you in the next one.